Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys know, I am here for another recap of The Bachelor. To be totally honest, you guys, I was so bored this episode. However, I did start doing live tweets. I had a couple of you guys ask me if I did live tweets during the episode, and I started this week. So if you guys didn't catch me on there on Monday, make sure you follow my Twitter. I will have all of my social media down below so that you guys can follow me and find out my thoughts and opinions right then and there. All right, let's get started. Last episode, we ended on Vanessa telling Nick off, which more power to you, girl. I would be doing the same thing as you. Basically, she's saying that if Nick is looking for just a buddy, then to let her go or let her give back the rose, because she is not here for that. She's not going to deal with that. She's here to find a husband. She's hoping Nick's here to find a wife, and she doesn't want anyone to waste her time. I feel you. I'm glad you're there to call him out. She is a no bullshit kind of girl. I think that's why she's my number one. Some of the girls confront Corinne, and Corinne just doesn't care. She doesn't care the way she looks, clearly, and she's gonna do what she wants to do. She basically says that all of the girls are haters, and she's okay with that. It's time for the rose ceremony. The two girls that go home, of course it's not Corinne. We have to keep Corinne around just a little bit longer. Christina goes home, and Brittany goes home. The girls pack up their stuff because they are going to Wisconsin, where Nick is originally from, to go on their dates. The first one-on-one date is with Danielle L. This is where I'm gonna say I started to get bored. So they go to a bakery where this bakery has these personalized cookies of Nick's face. They try to make their own cookies. Cool. They leave the bakery, they're walking in the town, and Nick just so happens to run into his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend is sitting in some store or some coffee shop, I don't know what it was, but he sees her and is like, oh, I know her, I dated her. What a coincidence, Nick. He wants to sit down, the three of them, and talk. I don't know if I'd be cool with that. I am a crazy, jealous girl. I don't want to sit with my future potential husband and his ex-girlfriend. Sorry, I don't care what she has to say. And she told us that she dated Nick 3 to 4 months. What do you know about a person in 3 to 4 months? I feel like I probably know Nick more from just watching him on every single season of The Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise. I would have been pissed. I'm not down with the pass calling. Gotta go. And to be totally fair to Nick, do our exes really ever have anything genuinely nice to say about us? For the most part, nah. She didn't, though, have anything bad really to say about Nick. It was a very boring conversation. Danielle just kind of sat there like, cool. I'm sitting with Nick and his ex. Date goals. During this date, though, they talk about their past. They talk about how they were in high school. You guys, it was so boring. If you guys are recapping with me because you didn't see this episode, trust me when I tell you, you really didn't miss much. Danielle, though, does talk about how her parents are divorced, and that has made her cautious in getting into relationships, and also made her really aware of wanting to really get to know the person and not to rush anything before getting married. Totally agree with that one. Basically, she wants to take it slow and get to know whoever she's with. They go see a concert. How original. She does get the rose. I like Danielle. I definitely don't think she's gonna win Nick's heart. Something's missing in their connection. Now for the group date, it gets a little more entertaining because the girls go to a dairy farm. The girls on the group date are Rachel, Alexis, Vanessa, Jasmine, Jamie, Sarah, Whitney, Christina, Astrid, Taylor, Josephine, Corinne, and Danielle. I gotta be honest, when I started watching this part of the episode, I was like, oh shit, Corinne is going to lose her mind. And she did. And you know what? For the first time throughout the season, I actually felt for her and all the rest of the girls, because who in the hell wants to pick up shit on their date with Nick? If a guy took me on a date to go shovel shit, I would probably shovel him into the shit, run, block his number, and make sure to never talk to him again. Does anyone else have a date experience that is worse than that? Let me know down below. They also did milk a cow, which Jamie apparently had no problem milking that cow and got it on the first try. And I felt like Nick was making some weird sexual innuendo innuendo. Why can't I say that ever? I feel like Nick was making some weird sexual innuendo about that because he said something like, why am I not surprised? That was a little bit inappropriate. Was I the only one to catch that? For the most part though, I don't think the girls are really that excited. Corinne, of course, is the one to express it the most. She has to stand away because she says her fingers hurt and that she just can't do it. Of course, that's gonna piss off the rest of the girls because they feel like, again, Corinne is not part of the group activities. Afterwards, Christina pulls aside Nick and she says that there's just so much that she wants to talk to him about. She wants to share about her life. I never really saw their connection, but apparently Nick's feeling her just a little bit. She ends up with the group date rose. Very shocked on that. I really did think Rachel was gonna get the group date rose because Rachel was very open about her feelings and how she felt, you know, a little bit uncomfortable and vulnerable. I don't know, maybe it's just because I like Rachel as well. Vanessa and Rachel, my top two. Maybe it's because they seem like they have their lives together the most out of everyone, but I feel like Christina is way too focused on Corinne. Vanessa pulls him aside and Vanessa gives him a book that is from her coworkers and her students. They make this little book for Nick that has pictures of Vanessa and let him know how excited they are for her and this process, and they can't wait to hear all the stories when she comes back, and they can't wait to meet him. Do they know something that I don't know, or are they just feeling it too? Corinne feels the vibes of the group. She knows that all of these girls hate her. She knows that she is starting some serious drama in this group, and so she confronts the girls, and Sarah questions her and says, are you really ready to marry a 36-year-old? Because I think Corinne's 23 or 24. None of these girls believe that Corinne is ready. Do I believe Corinne's ready? No, she still has a nanny. But regardless, it's no one's business. Who cares if Corinne is ready or not? Worry about you. Are you ready? Let's just focus on our connection with the person. Screw everyone else. They don't matter. It's just the two of you. What a concept. Basically, they're all mad at Corinne because she's not part of the group. Corinne tells Christina that she has a medical condition and she needs to take naps, and Christina is attacking her, or at least so Corinne says. I think at this point, Corinne wants to play the victim because she knows it's gonna get back to Nick. I'm not downplaying any medical condition she has, but I don't think all of her other actions are helping her case right now. Corinne does pull Nick aside and wants to tell him herself that she's having issues with the girls, which is a smart move on her part because she's letting him know right away so that the other girls aren't just talking shit about her. She knows what she's doing. Now it's time for the last one-on-one date, and Raven gets picked to go on a date with Nick. They go to his little sister's soccer game to go and watch her practice and play and practice with her. These dates suck. Who wants to do that on their first one-on-one date? I mean, I know you probably want to meet Nick's family, but you barely know Nick. I feel like the Bachelor producers were super hungover during this time period because they put zero effort into these dates. Once they finish the practice, they go roller skating. Okay, a little bit more fun. Raven's really trying to get to know Bella. Bella is just this sweet little young girl. They're having fun, they're roller skating, they're bonding, they're holding each other. Okay, fun little date. They had to spice it up a little bit. Then they go to dinner where Raven talks about her last relationship. This is where it gets crazy. I don't know about you guys, but when I first saw Raven, I just thought that she was just this sweet, innocent girl from Arkansas. But this girl has some fire in her. So we find out that Raven's last relationship, she was cheated on, but we get the details now. One of her coworkers called her up while she was with her parents and said that your boyfriend is with another girl right now. She tells her mother hands her the keys and says go. She goes flying to the boyfriend's house. She lets herself in. She tries to open the bedroom door, can't get it open, kicks down the door, and I guess proceeds to beat the shit out of both of them. She took the girl's stiletto and started hitting the boyfriend with it. Holy shit. I wouldn't want to be getting in a fight with a Raven. She said that the minute she saw them in the act, she felt her head spin like the exorcist. Raven, I feel you, but my God. In that moment, you're just like, wow. crazy. You needed to just like run out of there and never talk to him again. Put that stiletto down, girl, and get out of there. Don't get yourself in trouble. I think Nick was a little bit scared that he had to give her the rose. He said that he understood because he'd been cheated on, but I'm pretty sure Nick is like, if I don't give her this rose right now, she might take this plate and throw it in my face. So now they're all back together and Danielle takes Nick aside even though she already has a rose, which pisses Taylor off. Taylor, of course, interrupts and wants some time with Nick herself. I'm pretty sure Corinne is drunk. I know I've said this before, but I'm pretty sure Corinne is drunk 99% of the time on the show. She ends up calling Taylor out because she feels like she is being unfairly judged, and Taylor is just not having it. She's not sympathetic for Corinne. Corinne becomes very defensive. They're not going to be on the same page. We get that. I think at this point, those girls just need to separate themselves and never communicate for the rest of the season. There's just no point. Like I said, you guys are here for Nick. Stop worrying about Corinne. Stop worrying about Taylor, and let's just be done. But that's where we end. So I do think that next episode is going to be a little bit more crazy because that conversation is not over. And I kind of get the impression that Corinne and Taylor are gonna go on a 2-on-1 date. It's gonna get ugly, but I'm ready for it. Because this episode, I was bored. I hope you guys weren't bored during this recap. Thank you guys so much as always for watching with me and gossiping with me. I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I post videos every single Wednesday. If you have any other Bachelor, Bachelorette fans, make sure you share this video with all of them, and I look forward to seeing you guys all next week. Bye!